Morning, morning. Oh, what is it? 7? What is it? I don't know what it is. 8 o'clock straight up in the morning. And I'm drinking sippy cup. I ain't even on coffee yet. Oh, God. Started to have game night at the house last night. Oh, said to hell with it. Wound up watching a movie. Had floats, ice cream floats, and cookies and milk, and just kind of chilled out on the couch. And I picked the movie, and the movie was stupid. There's a story about the Von Erichs. It's called The Iron Claw. I tried to watch it. Oh my God. They focused way too much on the dumb stuff. And I can't, like, if a movie doesn't catch me in the first 5 minutes, I'm done with it. It was so stupid. Anyway, I'm not even gonna ruin it for you. It was a stupid ass movie. And then the sound, they went from you can't even hardly hear him talking to the scene would change to just and I'm all like, why is it necessary to have the sound that loud? Like in one scene, it was Carrie was riding a motorcycle, and they went from they could barely hear him talking, whispering, to it sounded like the camera was stuck right up his tailpipe, and I'm like, is that necessary? Like you got to turn the sound from 60 down to like 20. Is that necessary? About halfway through, I was just like, I have no idea how the movie ended. I don't care. It was stupid, stupid. With that, with that, I'll tell you guys. I'm gonna do some drawing today, so I'll tell you guys about how the forklift accident. The forklift accident. I'll tell you about that. Oh, so years and years ago, way before I went to work at the water department, I was working at the feed store behind the police department, big blue building, Campbell's Feed Store. If y'all know where that's at, I was working there, and I would drive a truck to the city and McAllister and just whatever, and just all kinds of stuff. And I was driving a forklift, and you know, a little old dock they got, a little short ramp dock. You drive up and down. Well, being my feed had these pallets that you take off the truck. You had to hook a chain and drag it to the back and rehook it, set it down, throw a chain, drag it back. It was a lot of work. Not bad work, it's just a lot of work. I enjoyed it, except when it was really, really hot and really, really cold. So this is one of them days. So here comes the drawing. So bear with me here. I'm nobody's artist. Let's say this is a dock. This is a ramp. This is a door. Hope you guys can see that. So we would take all the stuff off the truck, drive it over here, set it down here. 6, 8 pallets, whatever. Well, then we would come in here, we would grab a pallet, maybe here, we set it up here, drive up here, hook the pallet from the side, go inside. I hope that makes sense. So we get the feed from here, we set it down here. Then we come up over here, we pick it up, we set it up on the dock, go back around, up the ramp, get it sideways, push, 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 to where you can get a fork back in it, because you can't get a fork from the side. Push it around this way, and then fork it back up, go in the door. So that was the idea. That's what we've been doing for years and years and years. We've done it that way, done it that way, done it that way. So this one particular time, the last time, the dock sets here, well, the pallet sets here. The idea is you come in with the forks and you push this corner right here, and you make it go this way. So now this, where you had the forks here, they're over here. So now you can forklift up, whatever, pick it up, go. Makes sense? I hope that makes sense. I can see it in my mind. Well, this one particular day, the corner of the pallet hung over the lip. So I'm pushing, I'm just kind of looking, I'm looking over here because I'm pushing. I didn't realize that it was hung up over here. So I went, and it broke. Now my whole forklift, instead of being at this angle, it's at this angle. Well, here's the dog. Here's the weight back here. So when the weight goes off, too much of the tire goes off, like it would, I was like this, and when I pushed, it slipped. Boom! And that's what happened. Forklift started tipping. I didn't notice it because I'm looking over here and I kind of saw the wall moving. This all happened quick. By this time, I'm already more than halfway over it. So I turned to jump. There is no jumping. So my leg hit the ground and the forklift rode from my hip down my thigh to my calf. Or shin, rather, the back of my shin, my calf. So I've got this knee's on the ground. This knee's kind of up in the air. That's kind of weird to describe, but I'll try to describe that. So, this way. This knee's up. This knee's down. Forklift is right here. It's falling over me. So the cab is right here, sideways. Steering wheel's right here. Seat's right here. Headache rack is right here. Boom! Now, as you can imagine, because I'm no Superman, that broke the hell out of my shin. Broke. So they heard a big boom. They come running outside. We know who was there. Richard was there. Kurt coming. He said, "What the hell?" Because he thought we were into the building. And so they try to grab this forklift off of me. There's no grabbing it. So they run inside. They grab a high left jack, little bumper jacks. They grab a high left jack and they get it off just enough. I drag my leg out, kind of crawl over. And they stand me up. I kind of want to see what's going on. I try to pull my pants leg. I'm like, what's going on with my pants leg? I couldn't pull it up and look at it. Once I got stood up, I tried to pull it, and my ankle, instead of being my ankle this way, my other ankle was like completely turned around. It was horrible. It wasn't a little bit turned. It was completely turned around. I said, well, that leg's broke. I could tell that. Blood everywhere, just running down my pants, filling up my boot. I was like, what the hell happened here? I knew my knee was hurt. I didn't know how bad. I figured that's where the blood's coming from. I'm going to try to pull my pants legs up. I couldn't. I pulled, I couldn't. I got to looking. Hell, I couldn't because my bone was sticking through my pants leg. Felt like a good time to lay down. So I laid down real quick. They said I fainted. I didn't faint. I probably fainted. So boom, I hit the ground. They get me back up, drag me up. Kurt flies around there in his little Toyota. Puts me in his truck. He says, hang on, we'll go to the hospital. It's all right. We haul out to the hospital, and he flies across some tracks. We're coming down by EMS. We turn across the tracks by the museum, and I'm just hanging on my leg. At this point, it's been a little while, so I mean, it's starting, kind of like, wow. And I just noticed my old ankle just dangling, like there's nothing. I can't move it. I tried so hard to move it. Couldn't move it. And so I'm just holding my leg like that, like wham, wham. My knees all tore up, because it got drove in the ground too. And just bleeding and bruised and bloody already. I said, wow. So I said, man, slow down. You go kill us, get us to the hospital. He was freaking out. Got to the hospital, threw me in a wheelchair. Got me in there. I guess doctors playing golf. They wouldn't give me no pain medicine. Wouldn't give me nothing. Man, it's like for almost an hour I went by and I had no pain medicine. I was like, fuck this. So I've had enough. I try to get off the bed. It's like, I don't care. I've been here way too long with nothing at all. I was like, y'all ain't try to give me a Tylenol, nothing. I said, I don't know if you ever had and at that they said compound fracture. I knew what that was. But it turns out I had two compound fractures. I had one, and about 2 inches away, I had another one. So that the bone in the middle, we have no idea where it went. Just gone, disintegrated, ground to nothing like pepper, I guess. I got two compound fractures. I didn't realize that at the time. And I said, I don't care. I said, I'm gonna go find Tylenol or something. I'm not putting up with this. This shit hurts way, way, way too bad to just lay here and let y'all run back and forth. So I'm trying to get off the bed. So they come in, they're trying to hold me down. And I'm like, I said, it ain't gonna hurt no worse. If I go find something to me laying here, at least I control when I get some pain medicine. I'll try and get off the bed bad. So they said, oh, we'll call him. Why you didn't come up with that plan in the beginning? Call him. He said, give him this. So she got the little IV in me or whatever. She comes over and she gave me something. She said, it's going to burn a little. I said, what is it? And I felt it just barely start to itch right here. I said, what is it? She said, I need you to count backwards from 10. I said, what do you give me? She said, I'm giving you Demerol. I'd never heard of it. And I remember specifically saying, what's Demerol? That's it. That's all I remember. And I kind of remember like being in a hallway, and I kind of remember pushing open a door, and I don't know if I said something or not, but she answered whatever question, and then she called me honey or whatever, something about called me honey, and I thought that's the sweetest lady, and I was like, okay, the sweet lady's here. I'm going back to sleep. That's good drugs. Good drugs do that to you. So then they came in and they cut my whole knee from way up here somewhere to way down here. I don't know if y'all can see that. About that far. Right down through here. And they gave me a big old rod, and they put a couple of screws in it. One down here by the ankle, one down here below the kneecap. And my bone, it never did touch. They said, oh, eventually it'll grow back. So I got these two rods, or one rod, two pins, screws in my leg. In about 6 months, man, it hurt all the time. Like it started hurting like over here, completely nothing to do with nothing. It was hurting over here. 6 months, I wasn't supposed to be walking, nothing. I did. I tried to lay up. I said, man, to hell with it. So I went back and they x-rayed it. And so we're going to do another surgery. I said, why? Because I never would be still. I sheared both the heads off the screws. So the screws, instead of being like holding in, you could tell they was like weird looking. And the whole thing had shifted. So my bone is just basically floating. And that's why it's always hurting, because the rod is moving a little bit. They had to cut me over here, do a different surgery, take out a piece of bone so that both the broken bone up here and the broken bone out here would come down and collide. I still got a rod in my leg. They took the screws out. They cut me over here, took a piece of bone out. I'm a little bit shorter on my left side, and then it hurts most of the time nowadays. But I'm used to it. It's just like a dull. It's almost like having a headache. I mean, it's not like, oh, I don't feel it. Yeah, I feel it. It's used to it. Not like a toothache. Not like it hurts. Oh my God, I can't stand it, and it gets worse and worse and worse. It comes and it goes. No big deal. So that's the story of how I broke my leg. The forklift accident at Campbell's. Oh, and Campbell, he was so concerned I was going to sue him for all these safety. And oh, hell no. He put me right back to work. As soon as I was ready to go back to work, put me right back to work. He asked me till the day I die. I was his plumber. He had done long since retired, and I'd become a plumber. How's that leg? Man, it's fine, Mr. Campbell. Don't worry nothing about it. I think that haunted him forever. He felt so bad about that. It wasn't nothing he did. I mean, it's just I had done it 5 times exactly. That's how everybody did it. We'd all done it. It always worked. It was just a freak accident. That one piece hung. it probably hung before, but nothing like that ever happened. It's just that one little piece hung. It was just my day to fall off, and that's how it went. But I'm glad it's me and nobody else. I'll say that. Never let it hold me down. Never let it get me down. Never let it hold me back. I ran 1.5 miles to get on the fire department in 11 minutes and 9 seconds with this thing. Done everything in the world. Everything. Nothing holds me back. All right. That's a forklift story. I don't think I drew it out right, but hey, I'm not an artist. That's Shane. That's not me. Anyway, had big plans to do everything in the world yesterday and didn't do nothing. Got in the pool, got in the hot tub, watched TV. That's it. I have no plans to do anything today. We'll probably drive to the coast or some craziness. That's just kind of how it works with us. We plan something, do nothing. Plan nothing, do something. All right, you guys, 16 minutes. That's the story of the forklift. I'll think of something different. Come back and talk to you again. See ya.